Cardinal Brandmuller says that the Amazon Synod is a ploy for radical restructuring of the Church. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe. Cardinal Walter Brandmuller, one of the two remaining dubia cardinals, published in a German newspaper a critique of Professor Hubert Wolff's public and strong attempt at undermining priestly celibacy. Professor Wolff is a German church historian and one of the participants of the private and unannounced pre-Amazon Synod on June the 26th meeting in Rome, which called for female deacons and for married priests. Shortly after this meeting, he gave an interview on July the 18th in which he claims the obligatory celibacy is neither a mandate of Christ nor a divine commandment nor an apostolic mandate. Thus, Wolff claims, the Church may change this discipline for priests. Wolff explains that he is in favor of the change and that he wrote a book on his topic for two reasons. The first reason is the sex abuse scandal, which according to the professor showed that celibacy is a risk factor. As a second reason for his new book, Wolff names the request of the Latin American bishops as to whether the Pope would still remain on the basis of tradition if he were to admit married priests in the Catholic Church. Thus, he explicitly wrote his book, which is titled 16 Theses Against Celibacy, in order to assist the organizers of the upcoming October the 6th to the 27th Pan-Amazon Synod. In his own response to Professor Wolff, Cardinal Brandmuller places the statements of Wolff in the larger context of the Amazon Synod when he says, just in time before the controversial Amazon Synod, which has been convoked for October, an article by Hubert Wolff on celibacy appears. Marriage and ordination are not in opposition. The Cardinal is a world-renowned scholar of church history, having published numerous books on the Crusades, the Spanish Inquisition, and the Reformation. He holds a doctorate in theology and is the former president of the Pontifical Commission for Historical Sciences. However, continues the German prelate, nobody who observes the current situation in the Catholic Church carefully would really believe that the upcoming Synod in October is truly about the fate of the Amazon forests and its inhabitants. For Brandmuller, the Amazon is merely a label. The spirit in the bottle has another name, radical restructuring of the Church according to the well-known program, he said. A key point of that current reform program is, according to the 90-year-old German prelate, celibacy. If it, celibacy, falls, he explains, then the Church is also done for, as already the Church's enemies had claimed in the late 19th century. The new book by Professor Hubert is also part of this strategy, Brandmuller adds. Among other things, Wolff himself now claims that celibacy really only became the law of the Church when it was placed in the Code of Canon Law of 1917. Here, Brandmuller comments, instead of critically examining Wolff's individual claims, it seems more fruitful to point to the real topic. It also has to be made clear that obligatory celibacy for candidates of the higher ordination is not based merely on church law, which could be omitted or changed by a juridical act on the part of the Pope or a council. Responding to Wolff's claims that celibacy is not a dogma, the German cardinal shows that even this argument does not convince. While it is true that celibacy is not a doctrine of the Church, Brandmuller shows how indeed any candidate for the priesthood is called, alongside with the priesthood, also to imitate the way of living of Christ and of his apostles. It is on this basis that Brandmuller sees that celibacy is a genuine part of the apostolic tradition. Tradition, he adds, is that which the apostles, by oral homily, by example, and instruction have passed on what they have received from Christ's mouth, in dealing with him and through his own work, or what they have learned under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. For more on this story, please follow the link in the description to LifeSite News.